Hey, it's Neve and welcome to Shine Video Challenge day number 4. So welcome back after the weekend. I trust that you had a lovely weekend and are all refreshed and ready to go with your next video. Now, if you're joining us late or you've fallen behind, don't worry, it's totally not too late. No matter what happened for you last week, you totally can get yourself all caught up and getting all the benefits of the challenge. Just do hop on in here with us. And you'll find some helpful links that will help you to do that in the description box of this video. Now, as well, if you have been participating in the challenge, I want to remind you, do take the time to go and watch and comment on 3 other videos every time you post your one. Commenting on each other's in your circles is a huge part of the benefit and the value that you get out of this challenge, because not only are you learning in your own practice, but in watching other people, you are going to learn a heck of a lot about what makes you really connect to someone in video. So it's totally worth doing. Do be sure to look out for videos that have 0 comments or that have fewer comments than the others, so we can spread the love as evenly as possible. Okay, so that brings me to today's tip. Obviously, I'm in a different location here today, and that is so that I can demonstrate for you some lighting. Now, admittedly, I do not have perfect lighting right now, and you'll see why in a second, but I want to show you that there's 2 different kinds of lighting. The first kind is artificial lighting, is using lamps and the things that you have in your home to light yourself. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can do that now. So I am in this little sewing room in my house. It's sort of a catch-all place, but it's got good acoustics and it's very, very dark with no lights on. So what I do is you want to use what we call 3-point lighting. So the first part of the 3-point lighting is lighting your background. Now, normally in like a professional studio or things like that, that would be lit from the bottom up. But for most of us, that just means turning on the light in the room so that people can see the background and get the sense that you're a real person in a room having a conversation with them. The second 2 parts of your 3-point lighting are lighting each side of your face. You want to have 2 different light sources so that instead of like having your light source behind the camera so it's coming straight at you, you want to light each side of your face separately. What this does is it helps you to sort of fill in the light, and you won't get any shadow of your camera, and it tends to make much, much better lighting with fewer shadows on your face and things like that. So remember that even though my lighting, I think I look a bit weird in this lighting, but you can still connect to me, right? You can still see the face, you can still have this sense that we're having a conversation, and that is what matters. So I don't want you to worry about getting your lighting absolutely perfect. It's about them being able to see you clearly so they can feel like they're having this real conversation. Now, before I show you how my setup looks here, I want to show you what happens if I turn part of it off. So if I turn off one of my lights, now I'm lit on one side but not the other. So one side of my face is dark and one side of my face is bright, and it doesn't feel very connected, does it? So it can really kind of damage that connection. If I have 2 off and I just use my overhead light, you really can't see my face that clearly. You can see the background much more clearly, but my face has gone quite dark. And so that is definitely not what you want. So even if your lighting isn't perfect, you do want to make sure that you have the 2 lights, on your face. Okay, so I want to show you now how these are set up. So these are lights that we got, like that, they're like for like doing work under your car or something. So this one's a bit precarious. So they're these kind of lights that I put just a little pillowcase over to diffuse them a bit. Now, if you ever drape cloth over a light, that is a fire hazard. So these lights are low heat, so I will do it only while I'm present, and I will only do it with low heat lights. You don't ever drape cloth over hot lights because you could start a fire, okay? So do please remember, be safe with your videos. So I've got one here and one over here, and then I put my camera right in the middle and light myself, okay? So I want to show you as well the other style of lighting you can do, which is, we're going to go ahead and open this skylight. This is natural daylight. Now, I want you to see what an amazing difference that makes. When I put on the natural daylight on my face, now you can see the color in my eyes. It feels much more full and real, and the color in my face probably looks a lot more natural because the other lights are quite white. So daylight is always going to be your best source of light. What you want to do is look for a space in your house where light is coming in and there's no light source on behind you. What will happen is if you turn on light behind you, your face will go very dark. The other thing is you don't want to have the light, the sun, directly streaming in onto your face, because what will happen is it will wash out your face, and you'll see that like all your features disappear. You can't see your nose and you can't see your eyes and things like that. So you do want to make sure that the direct sun isn't coming in, but that just general daylight is coming in on top of you. It doesn't have to be from a skylight, it can just be from any window. And remember that lighting is more important than background. So you are much better off, oh my gosh, my arm is getting tired holding this tripod. So you are, let's see, maybe we can do it this way, and so you get the natural light. Woo, tripod falling. Okay, so yeah, so you are better off finding a place in your house that has a window or some natural daylight and just not worrying about the background, okay? So that's kind of a couple of things you want to consider with your lighting. Today I would look for a room in your house where the background isn't distracting and you've got some good natural daylight coming in onto you. If not, you can set up 2 lamps, one on either side of you, and do the 3-point artificial lighting system. So that is how you light your videos. So for today's prompt, I want to ask you kind of a fun question. This is us kind of future pacing what the world will be like once we're awesome on video. So I want to ask you today, if all of the concerns and obstacles and challenges around making video were removed for you, how would that change or affect what it is that you're doing? How would it change or affect your business or your work or your practice if you were able to easily record and share videos, and if you loved it? What would that be like? Now for me, I do love making video. I did overcome a lot of the obstacles I had toward making video, and what it allowed me to do was it totally changed how I market my business. I was able to let go of all of the sales tactics and copywriting and finding the right words and persuasion and all of that stuff. And I was able to find this way to just be myself and connect, make genuine connections to real people, and then have that naturally progress into people wanting to become my clients and customers. Because once they felt they knew me, I was able to just show them, here's what I have, and allow that to unfold without having to use a whole bunch of tactics. So that's what overcoming the obstacles to video did for me in my business. It's helped me make a couple of multiple 6-figure income streams. It's totally worth doing. So I want you to think today about how it would affect your business. What would be different in your business? What would you be doing if all of the obstacles to video were removed? Don't forget eye contact with the lens, face lit, heart open, and share with us what your business or your work would be like if you could remove all of the obstacles to making videos.